A very warm welcome to all. I, Moli Kalsha, convener of today's webinar, feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all present here. On behalf of Pragyan Foundation, promoter of Pragyan International University in association with the Global Academy and Lions Club of Kolkata, Harmony. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any queries during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. And to keep the quality of sound functional during the meeting, please mute yourself. At the end of the webinar, we will share the feedback form. After filling the feedback form, you all participants will get e-certificate in your mail ID. I would like to request our eminent guest of honor, Dr. S.P. Singh, former Vice Chancellor, Ara University, to inaugurate our webinar and give his blessings. Please, sir, unmute yourself. Hello, Dr. S.P. Singh.
Yes. Hello, madam. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. So, may I start?
Yes, sir. You can start.
Oh, no, actually, some sort of introduction was not given to the participants. So, that's why I'm waiting here for some sort of my introduction there.
When we gave your introduction, we had said that we would request our eminent guest of honor, Dr. S.P. Singh, former Vice Chancellor of Ara University, to inaugurate our webinar and give his blessings.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. So, respected Dr. Suresh Kumar Agarwal ji of this great Pragyan Foundation, Sri Chandan Agarwal ji, the guest of honor, the other persons are sitting. Many important persons are sitting here before me, and the great. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do you hear me? Am
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Yes,
okay.
You are audible, sir. So I see so many important persons sitting here before me. I welcome each and everyone in this webinar on skill development. So first of all, friends, I would like to say one thing because so many teachers are also present there, and about me, madam has said so many things. Basically, I am a teacher, and when I say that I am a teacher, I feel very proud because the teachers are not the ordinary persons. The teachers are the most intellectual person of the society. But one thing to my teachers, the teachers command a very high degree of trust and authority over the students. And this relationship of trust and authority can be sustained only when the teachers perform their job role to the best interest of the student and the best of their capacity. That's the teacher of it.
और एक सच्चा शिक्षक साथियों वही है जो मानवता का मार्गदर्शक है, मर्यादाओं का प्रतीक है, जो सादा जीवन और उच्च विचार रखता है और जो ज्ञान और कर्म की अभिव्यक्ति बनता है। ऐसे ही सच्चे शिक्षक होते हैं और प्रज्ञान फाउंडेशन ने बहुत अच्छे अच्छे शिक्षकों को जोड़ा है। So friends, so today discussion or we have to discuss about the skill development, the various opportunities and challenges. Friends, to me, skill means the value addition. In the beginning, a person may be a simple, maybe he may not be knowing many things about a particular subject, but after the training and the development and the getting the various kinds of skill in different sectors, he becomes expert. So there is the value addition in this in a particular person. So skill development is that thing is the value addition in any person. Friends, the skill development can reduce poverty, the unemployment, the increased productivity, and improve the standard of living. That is the role of this. So our honorable Prime Minister has stressed there on the skill development. Friends, at this juncture, I would like to say one thing only. I'm a teacher. I was a professor in the university for more, and I have experience in this academic world for more than 50 years. And I have seen, so you just see, so all the universities are imparting education. Here in India, at the moment, about 1,000 universities are there, taking together the private university, the central university, the state government university, deemed to be university. There are more than 1,000. There are various colleges, stand-alone institutions are there. They are imparting education and skill-based education also. But what is the exact scenario? What is the exact position? We are boasting that we are third in number of educational institutions after United States and China. What we are producing unemployable graduates. So where we are lagging? We are lacking far behind in the skill development of the teacher. That skill is not there in so many teachers there. So especially in education, this skill development, skilling is very important, and we have emphasized is in the national education policy also. It has been emphasized that there should be a skill-based education. So that is why the skill development is very, very important. There are various opportunities and challenges also. So we'll discuss later on. So friends, the rising role of technology, the climate change, the demographic shifts, the urbanizations are changing the nature of works and still skill demands. To succeed in the present competitiveness era of labor market, one needs a comprehensive skill set composed of cognitive skills, socio-emotional skills, the technical skills, and digital skills that we have to develop. So friends, I have to say one thing at this juncture, that the competitiveness and the sustainable development are the two main factors for our Indian economy. And we have to compete. We have not to compete here in Indian university or any in India only. but we have to compete globally after we have accepted the liberalization, privatization. And here the question arises, who can compete? The person, the university, the institution, the industry, the organization, which gives something extra in terms of quality, price, product, and service. So that we have to take care, and we have to give emphasis on all these factors. So friends, the development of skills can contribute to a structural transformation and economic growth by enhancing employability and labor productivity, and helping to contribute to become more competitive. Investments in high quality workforce can create a virtual cycle where relevant and quality skills enable productivity growth and foreign development investments, which results in more and better jobs. This will increase the employability and the productivity. There are many benefits for this when we are talking of the skill development. There is a skill development mission also. There are so many missions and have been started by Government of India for the development of a skill. The benefits can be summarized. There are many benefits, but in a summarily, it can be said that increased benefit profit, improved performance, improved accuracy and quality, improved communication, complies with the rules and regulations, improved recruitment and career opportunity, and development of the good customer relation. That is the benefits of this skill development when we are talking about the skills. The friends, in short, when we are talking about the challenges, there are so many challenges there in skill development. But summarily, or the most important point, I'm just going to express myself. The first, you can say, that is the industry and the private sector collaboration. That is very, very important. The international mobility. We are lagging far behind in this sector. So international mobility is also there. The low participation of the working age women in the labor
Sorry to
force.
interrupt you, sir.
Yes.
Could you please shorten your speech, because
yes. I'm just
yes.
I'm just going to end this. So the other challenge is that is the insufficient capacity, the low infrastructure in educational institution, the mobility of the people from one place to other place, and a skill mismatch. It is always there. There is a mismatch between the industry and the academia. There are many opportunities. My friends will talk in the technical session. I'm not going to discuss in detail. Finally, I have to say, friend.
Thank you.
So we can hear you. So please unmute yourself. SP sir, please unmute yourself. Hello,
Dr. SP Singh, could you please unmute yourselves? We cannot hear you.
Yes, yes. So I'm just
Yes.
going to conclude. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So friends, there are so many opportunities and challenges in this skill development, but I cherish this belief that the scientists present here, the academicians present here, the industrialists, the various young people present here will dissipate more and more the fog which makes us stumble when we try to know the various facts about this skill development. And in the end, my young friends are sitting there. To them, I have to say, for the young people there, that the kadam aise chalo कि निशान बन जाए, कदम ऐसे चलो कि निशान बन जाए, काम ऐसे करो कि पहचान बन जाए. जिंदगी तो सभी जी लेते हैं, मगर जिंदगी ऐसे जियो कि मिसाल बन जाए. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
We are thankful to you, sir, for your blessings. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, today's theme, skill development, opportunities and challenges in India. As Dr. S.P. Sir told us, degree and skill are two sides of the same coin. To succeed in the race of life, a person needs to have a degree along with the skill. A degree without the skill would be as empty as the skill without the degree. In 2019, Apple CEO Tim Cook announced that approximately half their workforce didn't have college degree. Companies that now prioritize skills over degrees like Apple, Google, Netflix, IBM, Oracle, Tesla, Bank of America, Starbucks. So to know more about today's topic, skill development, we are really excited to have our guest speaker, a wonderful person, Dr. Sunita Patil, who is experienced in academics for more than 20 years. Now, she is working as a head academics in Symbiosis Open Education Society, Pune. She is highly qualified in the field of information technology. How many research articles are published in national and international journals and conferences. May I now request Dr. Sunita Patil for giving your valuable insight on skill development. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much for my introduction. First, I would like to say thank you to Pragyan Foundation for giving me this opportunity and share my thoughts, which is based on skill development in India, challenges and opportunities. Thank you so much.
Okay, go.
Is my screen showing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My PPT is showing on screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us discuss with various challenges and opportunity in skill development in India. So see, this educational, vocational training and lifelong learning are central pillars of employability, employment of workers and sustainable enterprise development. See, in the skill development acts as an instrument to improve the overall effectiveness and empowers an individual to work and move work efficiently. The economy becomes more productive and innovative and competitive through the existence of more skilled human potential. Increasing pace of globalizations and technological changes provide both challenges and growing opportunity for economic expansion and job creations. In India, with higher and better levels of skills, adjust with more effectively to the challenges and opportunities of globalizations. The problem of unemployment is very serious in our country. But even in the vast ocean of unemployed people, we don't get the right type of personnel for doing right jobs. We find that there is much surplus of manpower and there is shortage also. But there is a number of jobs going vacant due to shortage of right persons. And skill development is critical for achieving faster and sustainable inclusive growth on the one hand and for providing decent employment opportunity to the growing young population on the others. The demographic windows of opportunities available to India make India the skill capital of the world. India would be in position to meet the requirement of technically trained manpower, not only for its growing economy, but also for the aging advanced economy of the world. Young population is an asset only if it is educated, skilled, and finds productive employment. If this happens, then our dreams of realizing India potential to grow at least 10% or more per annum or a substantial period of time can become a reality. See, what is happening right now in our system means so many jobs opportunities, but it's bit difficult to it's bit difficult to choose and who's have hands-on experience people getting it's quite difficult. So uh, in skill development in India, increase in proficiency, grow skill set, achieve task in less time with more results, increase in performance level. The government of India has taken out several plans for skill development, but there are also not sufficient to create opportunity for skill development training in India. They need to emphasize skill development programs and help individuals to make use of their talent and knowledge. See, there are so many NOS, National Qualification Standard, as well as NSQF standards. QP qualification packs is provided in on Skill India portals. But what is happening in our current system? So many people are not aware about the NOS and QPs. If you refer all the NOS, means when you're developing any kind of curriculum or when you are preparing your academic plan, so if you refer National Qualification Standard or NSQF framework with the help of NSQF framework, if you develop your curriculums as well as your training plan, whatever, so you will then we can giving this opportunity to our candidates, skill-based education opportunity. So the skill development training in India should be made compulsory to enhance all-round expertise of the people. They need proper guidance and training initiative to develop communication technology, knowing, etc. These are important for individual to have and hold on. This can only be possible if they get enough opportunity to grow and develop through skill development trainings. Since many universities have given importance to skill development, it was found that many students were placed easily. because of the skill-based educations. Organizations today want effective and productive people with skill development. People can work effectively and achieve success in whatever they do. There can be increased chances of promotions and individuals can experience a lift in their careers. So all in all, skill development training in India is a must. Importance of skill development in students from a young age because students are preparing themselves to enter into the career after completion of the study. In fact, career is almost impossible without some specific skills, whether it is technical skills or hard skills or soft skill or life skill, etc. Skill development in students is essential in order to face the challenges of every day in life. There is a dramatic change in the world due to the unpretended use of technology during the past few decades. This transformation impact on all spheres of our life, including education, economy, and career, etc. To cope up with the increasing pace and changes, students should learn the necessary skill to make sure their desired career. And significance of technology in skill development training in India. Technology is essential in scaling up the skill development training in India initiative. It helps to define standard training tools for the candidate so that all test tutorials can be conducted easily. The main aim of creating a skilled workforce has to be united with employment opportunity for young people. Without the required opportunity, the core challenges of unemployed in the country will never get resolved. Improve scenarios of employability since the government and university have focused on skill development. It was found that many students were placed easily during the placement drives. Any organization requires for an effective, productive, and proficient employee with skill development. The people were able to work productively and achieve the greater number of targets in lesser time with a better self-growth and the corporate. Government of India is providing a good opportunities to the youth as per their choice and requirement. The aims to increase the employability rate of at least 70% people. Skill awareness programs are helping the people to understand the prospectus of skill training initiative and help to achieve more targets. Personal development, we can say in skill development enhance the proficiency of a person in any particular area. Skill enhance to build the professional network and better communication, time management, and negotiation skills. Skills are something can be acquiring by learning. Skill training is helping the people to identify, train, nurture their intent, talent in the desired field. Less number of dropouts. The biggest issue of India is unemployment. Skill development of helping the student to process the basic skills required by the employer today and direct a good direction towards their career. Increase career growth opportunity. Everyone aspires to embellish good career in their life. The career skill development ecosystem had even laid over the course of last few years. However, it is time now to build upon it. We must utilize this opportunity to rebuild ourselves rationally and critically with greater impetus. The task is but not possible. The distance between a probable future and a possible future is always undetermination. So Benefits of skill development: critical thinking and practical problem solving, ability to take responsibility, grow confidence, uh, improve decision making power, enhance greater sense of self awareness. India experience has a huge in India experience a huge advantage by having a young workforce, which means in high scope of providing manpower to the labor market. After assessing the high demand for the skilled workforce in the world, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship was formed. It focused on working in close collaboration with other ministries to meet huge demand of skilled workforce. NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation, it helps training institutes map the skill set involved in the market research and design the relevant curriculum. See, when they developed the curriculum, so before developing any kind of QP, qualification packs, they NSDC taking views from the market. Means, suppose for example, if we consider automotive sector skill council example, for the developing any kind of QP under the automotive sector skill council, they are taking some views from the automotive industries, at least more than 20 to 25 automotive industries. They are giving their views which is based on their requirement, means what kind of skill they required. So based on that skill, all the information it is clubbed and elaborate in the qualification pack, and which is based on the qualification pack, we can develop the curriculum. And once you develop the curriculum, which is based on the qualification pack as well as NOS, so through this NOS and QP reference with the mapping with the NOS and QPs, we can deliver the training, skill-based training to our young generations. So skill development ecosystem in India, some key bodies and implementing bodies, beneficiaries showing on my screen. So it aims bridging the gap between the skills demand and supply by boosting the skill development initiative. In India, the skill acquisition is by through the two channels, which include both formal and informal methods. Both the public and private sector aims at imparting the formal training. In addition to this, the government is also looking at the public and private partnership known as PPP model, public and private partnership. Industrial Training Institute, known as ITIAs, are run by government as a major channel of gaining vocational training in the country. Apart from this, there are privately run industrial training center known as ITCs and vocational schools in India. The labor law also ensures that the students going for technical education are trained through the apprentice training provided by the industry. Means in the curriculum they are providing some basic training and some of the on-the-job training. Before going on the job training, candidates should be go through the basic trainings. Means candidates can acquire in detail knowledge about what they will work in on the job. So this combination between the basic training and on-the-job training, it is involved in the apprentice curriculums. The Government of India has designed a policy framework which aim at developing the skill in the country. The skill development ecosystem includes the Apprentice Act. A formal way of skill acquisition, it also includes the National Skill Policy, which lays down the policy and procedure for skill enhancement, and National Skills Qualification Framework. We can call NSQF, National Skills Qualification Framework. Students undergoing a formal technical education. The industry professionals are well equipped to train the students on skill development. The Act aims at making it mandatory for establishment in the private and the public sectors to train the students. But while train the students, we need to conduct the TOT programs also for the trainers, because trainers also should ensure what kind of skill-based education they are delivering to the students. So the industry has to provide on-the-job training to the students, hence giving them a real-world exposure to skills and processes and making them employable in their labor market. India has a lot of infrastructure to meet the requirement of vocational education and training, and hence the government involved more of such a partnership to ensure the model is successful in imparting the vocational training. The framework is built on the latest concept of competencies, which analyzes the knowledge, skill, aptitude needed, and each qualification. The levels are graded from 1 to 10 are defined in terms of learning outcomes of each level. It regardless of whether the skills are purposed for formal, informal, and non-formal learning. Framework is based on competencies modeling, which is considered is a highly effective method of mapping the skills needed for a particular role. C means for particular skills, some of the as per NSQF compliance, they are mapped some QP, and QP which is based on the outcomes, we can say inputs from the industries, and based on that QP has been developed, and based on the mapping QP as well as NSQF standards, skills needed for particular job role. Skill development model in India. India has a large, diverse, and highly complex model of skill development. India has a huge population, which is completely heterogeneous in nature. The skill enlargement in India is classified into two categories. They are skill educations and skill-based vocational trainings. The Ministry of Human Resource Development governs the educational and vocational trainings in India. It governs the elementary, secondary, and higher education in the country. Universities and higher education centers focus on the college educations. For example, it are disciplines like arts, commerce, and science, etc. The technical education is provided through the engineering colleges and the polytechnic institutions. The functioning of both education universities and colleges is regulated by the UGC norms. They grant funds and ensure common standards are established for teaching, learning, and evaluation in the universities. The Technical Institute or India is regulated by the AICTE. Some of the while developing the skill challenges in India, and how to measure to overcome them. See, India has a large number of educated unemployed while the industry is short of skilled professionals. HR manager face challenges of selecting candidate for the job with the right set of skills. Being qualified for the job is one thing, while being skilled for the job is another thing. Skill deficit in India, the capacity of skill development is around 3.1 million, while 12.8 million youth are added to the Indian workforce. That's why Prime Minister launched
Skill India Companion, whose target is to train 40 crore people in different sectors in India. Second, perfect matching. There is no shortage for job. The shortage is only for getting right skill for particular job. Many a time industry requires 10 plus 2 candidates to fill its vacancies, and industry and placement institutes can match the organization requirements. A perfect skill matching is the key to good placement. So, if we introduce like internship program after one academic year or after semester, if we mandate the candidate for the internship, so maybe we will get the skill-based candidates after the program, because what is happening no right now, graduation, it is being observed. We are trying to place to the candidates. So that time we observed the candidates very low confidence. They are not sure about their knowledge, and they are unable to prepare interview, unable to crack interviews because of the lack of knowledge. They just reading or studying only the theory based. So once if we thought about the education scenario, so if we try to implement some new techniques which is based on skill based, and as I said, if we some refer some NSQF as per NSQF compliance, some of the QP, so we can improve and we can sustain this problem. It's my views, personal views. So because in soft skill also, good communications and soft skill are the part of job requirement. We know very well. But at college level and university level, students should be given training in soft skill, from expanding their business vocabulary and increasing their speaking skills to writing customized emails for their clients. Preparing interesting PowerPoint presentation can be learned, which will help to get job. In low educational, high dropout rates of educational institutions are seen after 15 years and above, especially in female students. So they are not able to get jobs as they lack in skills. So in school, one period should be a mandatory to give vocational training to the student. So even if after leaving the school, midway they will get job. Low match with industry needs. The focus of vocational training does not match with needs of casual workers who constitute 90% of labor force, resulting in shortage of skilled workforce. Casual workers such as construction workers belongs to rural areas with little or no education and need supports and training. In skill development, it is not the responsibility of governments and corporates and training institutes alone. Students too are equally responsible and need to recognize the changing scenario of employment. Scalability, skill development had not been a priority of the government earlier. Hence, this area has always been ignored. Since the model requires high capital investment, the people are not very willing to support such a model. The challenges associated with unavailability of infrastructure, slow processing of bank loans, and the building entrepreneurs to come up with their. So even if we talk about our classroom infrastructure, when we are taking any kind of training sessions, so based on the training classroom or based on the subject, or we can say topic, we can develop infrastructure accordingly. Because if we trying to deliver the training which is based on the applications oriented, So students will acquire in detail knowledge about the concerned topic, and they ensure about the skill-based knowledge. So major challenges of skill development in India: industry private sector collaboration, encouraging international mobility, uh, low participation rates of working age women in the labor force. So in industry private sector collaborations, we can say creating possibilities for private sector engagement has been one of the crucial strategic pillar for skill development in India. The skilling landscape face is a gap in terms of sectoral need and availability. See, in skill gap analysis, a skill gap is a considerable gap between the skills required by the workforce and their current capabilities. In India, enormous skills gap exists between what industry demand based on their rapid economic growth and the skills that young people acquire through education and training. This demand supply gap not only affects the economic growth but also prevents the increasing growth of the economy as a whole. Hence, it is the responsibility of the government to be aware of such a skill gap and take new initiative for bridging those gaps in order to ensure inclusive growth. Demand of skills, it has classified and tracked into economy into three sectors: agriculture, industry, and service sector. Agriculture sectors include crops, semiculture, culture, so horticulture, milk, animal husbandry, fishing, etc. Industry includes diverse manufacturing subsectors. Service sector includes we can say software, IT, constructions, retail, hospitality, communication, healthcare, education, etc. So in India, the percentage of the population employed in agriculture sector is likely to decline to 40% by 2020. The movement of the workforce to industry and service sector is a tendency that is anticipated to persist in India, since these sectors have the maximum potential for job creation. So NSDC projects that by 2022, the demand for skilled workforce will be greatest in the automobile construction, textile, transportation industry, etc. Supply of skills. India is country with the population over 1.2 billion people, and it is expected to become one of the most populous countries by 2025. With a population of around this, according to a research, it is estimated by India will have a surplus of active population. So, to become youngest country in the world by the average would be 29 years, which would be around 28% in the world workforce. During this phase, India will have a remarkable percentage to the population available for working and contributing towards gross domestic products. While the same period, this demand supply gap, NSDC has projected an incremental requirements so developing future skills. These are the some top skills we can see on my screen: complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, coordinating, people management, emotional intelligence, negotiation, cognitive flexibility, judgmental decision making. We should try to develop these skills from the school level to the candidates, because after once they complete their education, they can easily and face the various opportunities, whatever coming in the market, and challenges they can face. So these are the challenges in Indian education system: students' aspiration to skill development, limited creativity into academics, lack of industry and institution linkage. So these are the some challenges in Indian ecosystem. So we should change our learning styles. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. See, communication, choices, critical thinking, collaborate, creativity. We should take care about all these in the learning, in our learning styles. This this is a some sector-wise requirement showing on my screen. Reference to electronics, automotive, IT, ITS, BFSI, textile, clothing. See, due to time constraint, just I'm giving just introduction with reference to our topics. See, for sustaining and for the if we want to develop skill-based education and to accept the various opportunities. So outcome-based education we need to develop. Means suppose for example, when we are giving sessions, when we are taking sessions, so that time we should aware about the learning outcomes. What are the learning outcomes which is based on the topic, and after sessions is the candidates are understanding or not, and what learning outcomes they are acquire the knowledge. So this such a kind of sessions if we elaborate in our academics, so we will get positive inputs from the positive feedback from the candidates. So outcome based education we can introduce in our system. These are the models, outcome based modules, education modules showing on my screen. You just have a glance only. For example, outcome-based education in performance criteria, subjects, assessment method, document to be the kept. Means when we are giving the when we are introducing modules, so in that time we have to mention what are the learning outcomes which is based on the modules, and what are the instructional activity it has to be executed in the concerned modules. So this is the outcome-based education. Assessment methods also. See, before starting any kind of sessions or any kind of training, we have to check the candidate's knowledge. So pre-technical, we can see like pre-technical sessions if we take and after the sessions, we can analyze the candidates. So if they are really comfortable or familiar with the concerned subject. So if we found some students are weaker in the concerned topic or in the concerned subject, so we can announce the bridge course for the weaker candidates. So through the bridge course, student also acquire in detail knowledge, and they maybe they can overcome the problems. So outcome based education we can implement in our system. Even we can take the we can take the assessment also, pre-session and post sessions also we can take the assessment. Skill-based assessment. See, skill-based assessment which is based on the job role. In our regular system, regular traditional teaching, we can consider as a module or topic instead of job role or trade. So based on the module or topic, we can take pre-assessment as well as post-assessment in our session teaching session plan. Learning outcomes, these are the explanation I have defined here. some of the measurable activities we should able to achieve after the completion of the modules. Then suppose, for example, if we take the consider introduction of the programming. Okay, suppose this is a module name, introduction of programming. So learning outcomes is to understand the basic concepts of programming languages. What is the structure of programming? What are the data types of programming? These are the learning outcomes, right? So once we take these sessions, introduction to programming, we have to check the knowledge if they are really familiar with the background, whatever it is, fundamentals background about the programming, and after sessions, before sessions and after session, we can take pre-assessment, which is based on the programming language. So like this teaching methodology, we can introduce in our system. Even we can select some pedagogy also, learning pedagogy also. It's acting very well in our system. See, assessment cycle also we can elaborate. We have at least 5 minutes more, else I will end my session.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So assessment also we can introduce in our education system. Review the course learning objectives and goals, and choose the decision and design assessment. Means some of the rubrics format, MCQ based, skill based assessment we can take. So like this assessment we can introduce in our system. Formative or summative assessment we can take. Summative assessment like quiz, test, we can evaluate how much someone has learned throughout the course. See, come to the point. Next is again sector skill councils in India. These are the some of the sector skill councils I have showing means I have introducing here. So just I would like to say, whenever we are taking or when we are doing any kind of training, or we can say any kind of curriculum, when we are developing and we are taking approval for the as well as vocational training also, we have to consider, we have to mention what are the topics and is they are demanding in market, and based on the their as I said, qualification pack and as per NSQF compliance, if we develop the curriculum, so we will give skill-based education to the candidates. So in NSJC, so many lot of QPs has been developed. Sector skill councils are taking care of all the some NOS and QPs. Suppose, for example, if you want to if you want to develop your own curriculum, so based on the some of the QPs and NOS, you can develop with the mapping of QPs and NOS. You can develop the curriculum and you can send to the sector skill council for the further approval. Once the sector skill council has satisfied with your curriculum, they can initiate to the NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation. So they will first understand is there really need this curriculum, which is means as per the market requirement. And once they satisfied, they can giving the approval to the universities and to the institutions for the further procedure. So these some of the board classification delivery agents for skill development, industrial training institutes, ITIAs, state skill development missions. So my recommendation, I'm thinking about the future. To achieve this, India needs a flexible education system with multifaceted and highly efficient skill development system. This system must provide linkage between each of its constituents to provide a seamless integrations between skill development and employment.
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt. Actually, we are running out of time. So,
okay.
Please, ma'am.
Okay. I'm so no problem. No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving your admirable insights about skill development.
Thank you
And,
so much.
ma'am, we want to felicitate you with the certificate of appreciation. And this
Okay.
is the certificate.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, ma'am, we have come to the end of our webinar. We would like to thank everyone who made this webinar possible. Thank you all participants, and thank you Pragyan team once again. Now, all the participants, please turn on your videos so we could take group photos. Also, please check the chat box for the link of feedback form. And that feedback form I have already shared. Fill the feedback form link and get your e-certificates in your mail ID. You will get this participation certificate, which you can see on my screen. And thank you everyone once again. We appreciate you being here. We hope to see you soon in our next webinar. We will share the registration form in the WhatsApp group. And I'm sharing the link, the feedback form link. And if anyone wants to know anything about this topic, just you can talk to ma'am. Thank you everyone. So for today, bye.
Hello, madam.